Wir sind zu Besuch bei Dovra in Schweden.
Yeah, all in this car, everything we have decided to choose as a product is meant to work. We have not saved on anything. Yes, if we can get this in a better way, we did it in a better way.
Hier hatten wir die Möglichkeit, die Fahrzeuge von Dovra in der Produktion selbst zu filmen. Unter anderem konnten wir auch ein Interview mit Johan, einem der Gründer von Dovra, führen, was hier gleich im Anschluss folgt. Vorab aber noch kurz die Information: Alle Videos, die wir hier vor Ort gedreht haben, sind auf unserem YouTube-Kanal zu finden. Zum Beispiel unser ganz langes und ausführliches Dovra-Unboxing-Video, wo wirklich jedes Detail zum Fahrzeug erklärt wird, oder 2 etwas kürzere Videos zu den einzelnen Modellen von Dovra. Jetzt geht's aber gleich los mit dem Interview. Im Interview selber bekommt man spannende Informationen, warum manches eben so gelöst wurde, wie es ist, zum Beispiel beim Thema Gas, aber auch interessante Hintergrundinformationen zum Produkt und zum Fahrzeug. Viel Spaß damit.
So I'm ready for a long interview now because I got the best seat. I'm sorry for you have to sit on the driver's seat, but I think it's also okay.
Yeah, and I'm glad to have you here in the best seat in the car.
Yeah, thank you. So make yourself ready for a long interview. Johan is one of the founders from Dovra. Please tell me, how did it start with Dovra?
It started a couple of years ago when me and the other co-founder was sitting together and discussing on what kind of car would actually be the best kind of motorhome. And we was looking on the internet trying to find the best possible car for that. And in our opinion, we didn't find anything that was in what we think was a suitable car. So we was thinking a lot about this, and we have a lot of knowledge, both of us, in the furniture industry, producing in all kind of material.
That's the job you did before.
Exactly, and we have been doing it, both of us, for many years in all kind of materials. And with that knowledge, we decided that, okay, let's do this for real. Let's, from day one, find the best partners in everything, and then build everything ourselves. Let's make all the engineering, all the drawings, find the best suitable supplier, and then build a car out of that.
So you said you want to build the perfect campervan. Was it clear for you from the beginning that's a 4x4 campervan?
Yes, it definitely was one of the decisions that was super clear, because for us, we don't want to build a motorhome going for regular camping sites. Of course, there's an option, of course, but the idea was that you can go wherever you want. You know, if it's a small gravel road somewhere in the forest, you know, you should always feel comfortable driving there. And a 4x4 is, of course, that's, you have to have that.
Do you do it in your private time also, 4x4 driving?
I have been doing it in my previous life, a lot of 4x4 off-roading, and I'm trying to do it, but the past years I've been working a lot, so the time is not enough, but I love that, yes.
So you said you wanted to design the perfect motorhome, and you started from the beginning. Where do you have all that knowledge from, the know-how to doing that?
We didn't have the know-how. We have the know-how on how to do engineering and what material to use. And then we, you know, to do the best possible product on the market, we went to the best suppliers. That's how we could be able to do this kind of product. We have the willing, we know what the car should do when it was done, and then we contacted the best suppliers on the market. For example, Mercedes-Benz for the car. That's one of the really important suppliers for us.
I saw that you do a lot of the drawings and all that stuff here, and then you tell your suppliers exactly, I want it like that, so you on your own design
everything on this car is engineered and tested by us. And we order 10 samples of some kind of part, and we always take the best. You know, we'd never ever go for the second best. We always try to find the best possible product for everything. Best material, and if it's a hinge or whatever it is, it must be able to last for a long time.
By the way, if you have such a great product, how long is the warranty?
Yeah, we decided that you know, making a product like this, we offer 3 years warranty, and also the full Mercedes warranty as it comes from the factory, and on all the Dovra interior exterior parts is 3 years.
So also if you add the rock slider and you screw into the Mercedes, you have warranty on it?
Yeah, the Mercedes warranty is still valid for all the parts we add to the car.
Why Dovra? Why the name?
It is The reason is because what it takes 30 minutes here from the factory, we have this super nice, the Dovra Lakes. It's a nice walking path you can take with your, family and friends and walk in the nature. So it's the name, which meaning for us, it's a super nice place, and it's close to our factory.
So it's also local, like many of your suppliers. It's related to here.
Yeah. Really, the meaning of made in Sweden is it is made in Sweden.
So, your personal opinion, what is the best thing in the Dovra?
That is a really good question. I have been thinking about, what I like about the car the most. It's so many things, but for me, it is the feeling of the inside. It's so quiet. While I'm driving it, it's quiet. While I'm camping in the woods, it's so quiet, and the atmosphere with the lights and the material choices. That's for me the best thing with the car.
Yeah, I saw you have additional upholstery on everything that closes, that it doesn't make noise. So
we have spent a lot of effort in making everything quiet. While you're driving, inside the cabinets, we have plates of fabrics that make it, not rattling around. Shelves have a rubber protection. We make sure that everything in the car is really sturdy, and also, can last for a lot of movement in the car. All of that. This car is made for going in roads that is not as satisfied as or looking for in a normal motorhome.
So I think if somebody knows you, he can see your signature in the car, because you are a perfectionist in small details. Before we made that video, he's cleaning everything here that you can't see a finger tap anywhere. So that's how the car is.
Yeah, that's how the car and the whole team, all our employees in the company, everyone is really experienced and really have the willing to do the best product, and you can see that when we're working here. It's a really good team behind the car, and that is super important for me, to have a really nice feeling in the company about everything we do, and everybody wants to make the best product possible.
How big is your team at the moment?
Right now we are about 12 people, so we're a small company, but we're growing really fast. We're actually looking for new co-workers like every month.
So we can also make this as an advertisement for you who wants to work at Dovra.
Definitely. If someone is interested and have the knowledge about, and willing to do a really good product, of course, warmly welcome to send me an email.
So when we arrived yesterday, you told me that 2 colleagues of you are not here because they are in Germany doing service or update service for the customers.
Yeah, that's correct. We are a startup company, and this is our first production year. It's so important for us to really service every customer now at the beginning, and also to learn what can we do even better. We always update the cars all the time to get. For us, we have one goal. That's to build the best possible car, and by listening to customers, we can always evolve into that.
So if I imagine I'm a customer from Dovra and the brand comes to me to give me an update, that's really nice. But for the future, I hope that you have many customers.
Of course.
And then you need us as a dealer to help you with that job.
Yeah, and I feel this will be a good cooperation. We have a really good product, and you have big knowledge about motorhomes in the business in Germany.
So we in Germany are your second dealer in Germany?
Yeah, that's correct.
What are your plans about other countries?
For the moment, we are really clear in what we focus on. It's Germany. We focus on Germany as our main market. It has been for 1 year, and it's going to be for the future. Germany is our main market, and we actually say that Sweden is it's our home market.
Yes.
We do sales, of course, in Sweden. We have dealers in Sweden, but Germany is our big step in Europe, and that will be continuously forever, and maybe add on new countries. But Germany is our main market. Yes.
Why?
Yeah, of course, you are so many more people than we are in Sweden. That's one reason, and I think it's suitable. My experience with people from Germany is that they like, good feelings in products. They have a big interest in technology and that kind of things, and the Swedish produced products.
So, what is your plan, or where do you see Dovra in 1 year?
This year we are right now in the production of 16 vehicles, and this year we're going to do about 20 units, and Next year we're going to do minimum of that. I'm aiming for 50 units next year.
I saw your production hall here, and I saw the possibilities you have to make it bigger. So you already have the facilities to build more cars.
Yeah, and we have big plans to do as many units as possible, and that is also, we have the facilities for it. And the reason why we do drawings the way we do it, it's to make it scalable in an easy way. We are not. We don't need workers in that amount to make it bigger. We can just order more products and find best possible assembly team here in our company.
Mm-hmm. Another thing I'm interested in is you can use the MBAC, so we can control all things from the motorhome in one display.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't know from the big suppliers or from the big brands. No. How did you manage?
Yeah, by spending a lot of time. We had this vision from the beginning that let's make this car advanced, but it must be super, super easy to use. And then we talked to Mercedes, what do they have to, what kind of platform do they have to manage this? And they had this MBAC, and so we worked together with them for a long time with a lot of thinking about how can we do the setup in the display to be easy to find each features. And it must be super reliable, and that is a thing that we are really proud of today, to have the MBAC in all our cars as a standard.
Yes, and I'm like really flashed about standing in front of the car, using my smartphone and turning out and in the awning. So I see it in the car, and I know that you're working with good suppliers together like Mercedes and like Allrad. And what about the rest of the things? Yeah,
that's also one thing. We are trying to have as few suppliers as possible.
Mm-hmm.
That meaning that we need to have the best ones, so they have a wide range of products, and all the metal production, the wood production, the plastic production is locally. All of our suppliers can be found maximum within 1 hour from the factory. It's suppliers that we have been using for 20 years in previous business. We know all of these suppliers by as friends of us, big companies around here producing parts for us, and that cooperation between us and our sub-supplier is super important for this company.
So one special thing is that a Dovra is always a Dovra, and you have it in one option, or there's no option list?
There's no option list, but there's 2 models.
Yes.
That's it. That's the only option you have to make your size of the car. We have 2 models, but everything is included. It's one price. Everything's included. And the reason of that is to make it easy for the people buying it. We have made all the decisions for them. This is what we have been thinking about, planning for. Everything is meant to be as one car. You don't need to add extra lights afterwards. You don't need to add things in that way. All the things that is implemented in the car is already implemented from us.
And I think I was really impressed when I saw your electrical box in the back. I think it makes it more easy for you in the production to make everything right.
Exactly. And in that way we can keep the best possible quality. We're doing the same thing over and over again. All the workers in the workshop knows how to do it. And that's our way of making sure it will last forever.
So you have 2 layouts. One layout is the short one, the Dovra 610, and all your details are special, but the layout is kind of normal.
Yeah, that's exactly the way it is. From the beginning, both me and my co-founder had a vision of doing something extraordinary with the layout. We want to have something super unique. But after doing all of this, the function has to be for everything, the water tank, the heater, the fridge, everything, and then you have wheel arches, you have to place things in certain positions. Then we actually find out that this is the best way, in our opinion, to build a motorhome. Everything has a good position. And we also think a lot about where the weight is positioned. We have the water tank on one side, the batteries on the other side, and all of this comes together. Like, it's so important for us to get the best possible weight.
So it has a reason why many layouts are like that.
I understand why the business is doing like this, yes.
Yeah. Okay, but you have definitely, in the details, you're not normal.
Thank you for that. Nice to hear.
So the other layout is really special, the long one.
Yeah.
How did you come on that idea?
It is actually, the idea is simple. We use the same start as the same sofa as we're sitting in here, and we really think that from the beginning we planned to have a bigger sofa area here. But after sitting here in this car, we noticed that this is more than enough. We don't need more space in the big car. So we use the same setup in both models, and then we actually just make the car longer from that. And instead of having the bed in the short direction, we make the big long beds instead. And for me it was also really nice to have the option to have the really long kitchen. The kitchen is more than 2 meters.
It's bigger than in a motorhome.
Yeah, in a big motorhome, the big fully integrated motorhome, we have more than 2 meters, and with a big empty space where you can put all the pots while making your dish. So that's I think that is a really good thing to have.
So when I think about Sweden, I think about cold winters. So how did you adjust that car for this?
Yeah, that is also something that was in our goal from the beginning, to make this car really possible to use during really cold winters. As a Swedish company, of course, we know everything about cold weather. So that is something that was one of the first things we decided to find. What kind of insulation should we use? And we have so many options, and for us it must be easy to install. It must be, if we have a damage or something in the car, it must be easy to fix, and of course it needs to be a really good insulation value. So we find a Swedish company that uses a recycled material that has been great. It works perfectly. We have tested it in the cold chamber and tested it and had great results. So this car that is one of the things we're really proud of. The winter uses for this car, together with the Alde heater, with the floor heating and all of that, it's a perfect car to use during really cold winters.
So you don't only use Alde because it's Swedish?
No, it's because it's a great product.
Concept is good.
Yeah, and the benefits of all the insulation we also noticed in the summer. When we have this car in the summer, driving down to Italy or Spain, we also notice that all of the insulation is in that way also the same function, but it keeps the warm outside the car and keeps the car cold on the inside.
Do you know from a client what was the coldest temperature he traveled with the Dovra?
No, but we have tried. I think it was 25 degrees Celsius without any problems. And that's what we test in the cold chamber. But this year I'm really hoping for a really cold winter here in Sweden, so we can try it down to 40 minus. And I'm not worried about that. It would be just nice to confirm actually how great it works.
Also, something really special is your electric stuff you have in, lithium battery, multi-plus. Why did you decide for this components? I mean, you can also take another battery or another charger. Yeah, that's also something that we decided that we want to work with products that people really know is a good product. For example, the lithium battery, everything in the electrical department is from the Vectron Energy. People knows that as a really good product, and that is something that it makes people, of course it works great, but it also gets a reliable feeling for the people that this is a good product. So I see you have a roof rack and a lot of options on the roof. Tell me more about it. Yeah, the roof rack is, as everything else, engineered by us, and the material choice for that is aluminum to get a really light weight. And on top of the roof rack we have the solar panels, which is completely flat, and you can walk on it and you can load actually things on the solar panels. Of course you don't have the charging while loading on the solar panels, but you can actually load a surfboard on one solar panel and still have the charging for the other solar panel. One question about the solar panel. Yeah. I saw that you don't glue it, you have fixed it with some... We have some clamps function, yeah. Why? Because of the service. If you some part in the future would like to service something underneath the roof rack of some reason, we don't want to use glue, then you have to bend it loose. Now you can just unscrew everything and service everything very simple. Mm-hmm. And yes, there's a thing, maybe you talked in your videos, is about all the function in the roof rack, that you can place boxes or whatever you want on top of the roof rack. Easy to installation. The same function you have on the roof, you also have on your back door with that storage. Exactly. Plates. it's really various. So you offer spare wheel and storage box.
Yep.
But it's also possible to add other things.
That's the function with it. It's just it's two good plates to, if you want to have a bicycle stand or whatever. My dream is to meet the Dovra customers and they're fully equipped with personalized things for their adventure. If they want to go bicycling or skiing or whatever they want to do, this car is a perfect base for adapting to your hobbies.
If I asked myself the question when I was on the roof, if somebody wants an air conditioning,
yes,
is it possible because you have the plates over it?
Yeah, we that's, you know, we don't do options, but a thing we noticed that the demand from the south of Europe wants an AC, so that's an option we will add on in the future, in the near future.
And for us as a dealer, I would say, of course, we can install it.
It's simple.
But we have to remove the aluminum
plates.
Yeah,
and that is a standard option. You can just move them around and you can have different size. It's easy to install.
So when you gave me a tour here around, I saw a big machine where you do the flares.
Yeah, exactly. That is something we do ourselves. Also engineered by us, and we decided that the flares need to be insulated. So we do 2 layers with ABS plastic. We mold everything ourselves and then glue it together like a sandwich construction that makes the flare super sturdy but also flexible. And also the inside, we do everything ourselves, all the upholstery. All the formation in the car is designed by us. For example, the frames and the windows, everything is our thinking of making this car last for a long time. You know, we stopped doing this typical plissé as the normal windows has, and we do the curtains. It takes some seconds more to install, but it will never break instead.
I think if somebody has a Dovra, he likes to spend time in it and
exactly.
using the things.
Yeah, and all of this makes the car quiet. There's no rattling around. That's the benefits.
A question a lot of our clients are asking about the toilet. So you have a Klesana toilet. I mean, there are many options. Why did you decide for Klesana?
For us, that was we didn't plan for that from the beginning. That is actually one thing we didn't plan for. We was actually planning from the beginning to have this normal cassette toilet. But as a camper myself, I have been emptying a lot of cassette toilets. That's not a nice thing to do. And when we find a Klesana toilet, we was looking into this a lot and thinking about it. Is this a good product for us? And after deciding about the Klesana, for me, it's a great thing to have. First of all, we don't consume any water, so you have much more. This car can be, of that reason, longer out off-grid without filling more water. That is one thing. Second thing is you don't have any smell, anything like this. It's easy to use, it's reliable. I can see, in my way, there is no other option than a Klesana for me in the future.
And I mean, the special thing about your bathroom is you don't have a carpet for showering. The Klesana, it's no problem if they get wet.
The only thing you do is actually on top of the Klesana, you put like a small hat on it. It's a Klesana product, you put it on the toilet. And then everything else in our showering area is 100% waterproof. So it's just to take a shower.
For myself, it wouldn't be a question, but I know that many clients ask it. Where to put the TV?
Yeah. I also have heard that question from some of our customers, but the answer is there is no place for a TV. But in my suggestion, you use a normal tablet, bigger size, and then you can have it wherever you want. You can put it on a table, sitting here. You can be in all different positions, in the bed, a TV, fixed TV. You don't have the option to move it around like you'd have in a modern tablet today.
And I mean, the supply for the TV, you have an internet antenna on the roof.
Yes.
So just stream.
Yeah, exactly. Today with the Wi-Fi function in the car, you can stream whatever TV channel you want.
So your car is made for going off-road, standing off-grid. So you have a lot of electricity on board.
Yeah.
But you have gas, and gas normally is the limited energy source, or at least you have to change it. Yeah. Why did you do it like that?
First of all, we have the place for 2 big bottles, so you have quite a lot of gas with you. And if you should run out of gas somewhere and really need to have the car warm, we integrated the system with the car through the Mercedes Webasto heater. So you can actually use the original diesel heater on the car and heat our system. You cannot do it 20 degrees warm inside when it's 25 degrees outside, but you can easily have 15 degrees and a nice temperature and continue your trip and find gas again.
And it also works the other way round, that
exactly.
You can preheat the engine?
You can actually use the Alde heater to preheat the engine before you leave your camping spot.
So that means I can heat with electricity, I can heat with the gas, and I can heat with diesel.
Correct.
So very flexible.
It is, definitely, yeah.
Okay. So in the kitchen, you also have a gas cooker. You could also use an induction cooker. Why?
Yeah, we have the power to use an induction cooker, but we have a lot of lithium power. But we really like the gas way of making food because it's so efficient. It consumes really little amount of gas, and it's super quick, super efficient. Everything you do will get super warm in a short time, and when you turn it off, it shuts down. So for me, the gas is the best way, and I think that is the reason why the big chefs in the big restaurants always use gas stoves. It's a really good way of cooking food.
So we have a gourmet kitchen here.
Yeah, yeah.
Another question about your electricity and the lithium batteries. You told me that when I drive, my battery gets loaded with around about 130 ampere.
That is correct.
That's
and that is
incredible much.
And it's so much more than other producers doing, and that is because we have a really good cooperation with Witron Energy. We find a way of not using the regular DC-DC charger. We have another way of using a diode, and in that way we can charge our batteries with just standing still. We do more than 100 amps just charging the batteries.
Yeah, that's crazy, because if you have 400 ampere lithium, this means driving 4 hours. And
it's fully charged, just standing still 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This means you're kind of endless with energy supply.
Yeah, and also with the 400 watts of solar panels, the 50 amps MPPT charger, the batteries will always be fully charged. Yeah, all in this car, everything we have decided to choose as a product is meant to work. We have not saved on anything. Yes, if we can get this in a better way, we did it in a better way.
So what I was really surprised when I opened the cover from the Mercedes, I found a QR code saying sound system.
Yeah, actually behind the electrical units, when you open a door, behind the gas slide out door, everywhere behind you have a function. We have a QR code that is easy for the customer to scan, and then you get directly to that chapter in the instruction book to see how everything works. So you don't need to save your old instruction book, where is it, how should this work? You open that cabinet, for example, for the sound system, you know how to connect your phone to the sound system, you know how it works, the installation. So this is everything we are doing like this is to make it easy for the customer to use the car, and the QR code is just one of the things to make the car easy to use.
Yeah, so you find exactly the information you need on the points.
Each department, each chapter in our instruction book, yes.
So another thing I noticed, you don't have a printed version of your instruction book.
That's correct.
It's a PDF.
It's a digital PDF. Yes, there's a link to it, and we will update it all the time. And that's each customer will always have the latest updated instruction book.
Yeah, I think that's today you don't need it printed anymore.
I think no one uses this printed technology anymore.
You lose it, it gets broken from water, and you have always your phone, so I can Google it, and I have the latest option of it.
Yeah, and if you're off-grid, you can download it, so you have it in your phone, everything.
So we talked about the QR code for the sound system, but tell us something about the sound system. What did you change for the sound?
Yeah, that's something we took actually away all the original loudspeakers in the car and changed that for Alpine system, and then we added actually below my feet there is an extra subwoofer, 10-inch, and then is a big amplifier, to make all of this the sound system with the correct power, and we disconnected the sound system from the start battery, and then we connected that to our batteries.
I saw the fuse for the sound system in the back, and it's really big, so you can think about it's a great sound system.
Yeah, we have spent a lot of time to testing what we think is suitable for the car, and for the sound system. Personally, I think it's a really nice thing to have. We are sitting, if you want in the evening, have a nice sound, and we are driving. That's an important thing for me. Some customer, it's not so important, but most of the customers really appreciate it.
Yeah, I was impressed when we walked in the car on the Caravan Saloon in Düsseldorf. You showed us the car, and then you turn on the sound, and I said, okay, I've decided that this is a good car.
Yeah, it is a thing that many people don't think about when you're buying a caravan, but it is one of the things that we added to get like something really extra.
So every car from you has a hook in the back,
yeah,
and it's quite a big amount of weight we can add, 2.8 tons for the short version.
That's correct.
Do you have many use cases from the clients, like they want to put a boat in the back, or?
You have several customers who use a big trailer behind, or as you say, a boat, and because this car is made for winter, some people have a trailer with a snowmobile behind it.
Okay, there we notice it's from Sweden.
Yeah.
Nobody in Germany would put a snowmobile behind. Okay.
Yeah, but it's the towing hook is a thing that is a standard as everything else, and it's an important thing.
I mean, 2.8 tons is a lot, and then we have the four-wheel drive in the front, so that's a good combination.
It is a perfect combination, and that makes people who would like to have a big trailer behind it, even if it's a snowy road or slippery road, you can easily use this car as a really good car to tow a big trailer.
So 5 years ago, you said you started with the idea from Dovra. From that point to now, what do you think is the thing you underestimated, like how difficult it is? Or
the time. Definitely the time. We thought that from the beginning it should be a quite quick start, and all the supplier we talked to, the knowledge people said, oh no, hold on, this will take some time to do just the cable harness, to do that from the early beginning, to decide each, where should exactly that cable go to, all the function, all the integration with CAN bus, all of this. It takes time to do all of that and to find all this best possible fittings everywhere. So the time, I really underestimated the time of a project like this.
Would you do it again?
Definitely. This past years in my life has been the best year of my life. Every day meeting new people, solving problems, really, working hard to get a really good product.
So at the moment you have two models, the short 610 and the long 750. Do you plan for more models?
Actually not. For the moment we're really focusing on these two cars and these two models. So right now we are gonna, focus on building these two cars. So right now there's no other plans.
I think your first exhibition you went on was the Caravan Salon last year, 2023. Exactly. And you were kind of greenhorns when you went there. I mean, nobody knew you.
No, that's correct.
How did people react when they came to your stand?
The first year we get a great response. People was like, actually after talking to people the first year, people said, why don't you say more that you're from Sweden? We didn't understand it was an important thing from us, but the first year was great. We get good orders from the first year, and now we were back again this year for Düsseldorf Caravan Saloon, and had a much bigger stand in a better position, and people was coming back, and we have such a great feedback. That was unbelievable to be at this year Caravan Saloon.
I mean, I can tell you how it was from my perspective, because we saw Dovra first time on the Caravan Saloon 2024. Before we just spoke on the phone, and we were kind of thinking, oh, crazy company from Sweden, we don't know it, like everything sounds good and looks perfect on the website, but how is it in reality? And we went in the car and we said, okay, it's exactly how we thought about it. So I think if you walk in the product, it's something you feel, the quality.
When you step your foot in this car, you feel that it's something extra. and that is something that the people coming to us during an exhibition, they got wow. And so far we had a super good response from people seeing the car.
Is it possible to explain the car to a customer on the exhibition?
It is almost impossible because there is so many things to talk about. You know, I know everything about this car, but I don't have the time to talk to someone for that long time. So one reason why I'm so happy to have you here is to making all your videos about all the details. And that is something I'm super happy about.
That's also what we noticed when we were making the video. We thought we had finished with the part heating or isolation. And then you came around the corner and said, hey, did you see that and that? We said, oh no, now we have to add and add and add. And the video gets longer and longer and longer. But I think it's important to have all the information.
Yeah, and that is something that's... for the first can seem like a problem. There are so many things behind everything, but all of that is so easy to use. All the things we have put into the car makes the car easy to use for the user. So you don't have to think about all of these things. The car just works as it should. And
I think all the details, they justify the price at the end.
Definitely. And that's what we hear a lot. People at first, oh wow. And then when they understand what is this car about, it is something extra.
So Johan, I really want to say thank you for 2 days here. We're doing a lot of filming. We were able to see everything. Now we want and need to go home and prepare everything because we want your cars as soon as possible in our exhibition.
Yeah, and I will personally visit you during the CMT, and I will be, glad to be at the Mobile company, and that is something I'm really looking forward to.
So maybe to explain the point about the CMT, we have a big exhibition in Stuttgart, always in January. It's starting on Saturday, the 18th of January 2025. And on the exhibition itself, there won't be a Dovra, but in our station at Remshalden, we're half an hour away from the big exhibition. We have both Dovra cars standing, and we have extra long opening times from 6 till 9 p.m. in the evening. We're making appointments with interested clients and have all the time you need to explain you every detail. And we have, at least for some evenings, we have you there.
I will personally be there. I will be glad to be there myself and answer all kind of questions.
As a big support. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ja, und jetzt würden wir uns natürlich sehr freuen, wenn wir Ihr Interesse geweckt haben und Sie mit uns einen Termin vereinbaren. Sie finden uns direkt an der B29 zwischen Fellbach und Schorndorf, eine Viertelstunde weg vom Stuttgarter Stadion.
Ja, Sie finden die Fahrzeuge bei uns nicht nur alle im Netz, sondern auch alle bei uns in unserer Completto-Ausstellung vor Ort.
Und Completto heißt alle Möbeldekore, alle Polster, alle Grundrisse, eben alle Eurer, alle Karmann und alle jetzt neu Rhön-Camper.
Die Infos dazu, welche Fahrzeuge vor Ort sind, in welcher Ausstattung und ab wann, finden Sie auf unserer Completto-Website. Die ist unten auch nochmal verlinkt.
Und dann eine ganz besondere Spezialität von Mobile ist der Verkauf der großen Mietflotte am Ende der Saison oder auch schon während der Saison unter dem Markennamen Early Bird. Der frühe Vogel holt den Wurm. Darüber hinaus kann man sich auch einen maßgeschneiderten Gebrauchten bei uns bestellen. Der muss halt rechtzeitig zur Mietsaison geliefert werden können, damit er dann am Ende der Saison ausgeliefert werden kann.
Apropos Vermietung, wir bei Mobile verkaufen nicht nur das Wohnmobil, sondern wir bieten auch wirklich Service von Anfang bis zum Ende. Und dazu werfen wir jetzt zuerst mal einen Blick zur Mama in die Vermietung.
Wir haben über 50 Fahrzeuge in der Vermietung, jedes Jahr neue Modelle mit den unterschiedlichsten Grundrissen. Die Chancen sind also sehr gut, dass Sie Ihr Wunschfahrzeug, für das Sie sich zum Kauf interessieren, bei uns zuerst mal mieten können. Die Fahrzeuge sind alle Werkstatt- und Kundendienst gewartet.
Hier in unserem Technikparcours berate ich Sie zum Thema Autarkie, Lithium, Wechselrichter, Solar- und Brennstoffzelle. Zum Thema Multimedia, SAT, TV, Navigationssysteme und mobiles Internet. Zum Thema Sanitär, Wasseraufbereitung, Pumpentechnik, Trocken- und Trenntoiletten. Weiterhin berate ich Sie zu Fahrwerkstechnik, Lastenträger, Anhängerkupplung, gerne auch direkt an Ausstellungsstücken in unserer Ausstellung. Nun geht's weiter zur Werkstatt.
Moment, einen kleinen Zwischenstopp gibt's noch. Unsere Werkstatt ist nämlich an unserem neuen Standort in Bräuningsweiler.
Alles, was Sie sich beim Björn im Technikparcours ausgesucht haben, bauen wir Ihnen gerne ein. Wir machen nicht nur das, sondern alles andere, was rund ums Wohnmobil anfällt, wird bei uns repariert. Diesen Service bieten wir nicht nur für Euro und Karmann, sondern auch für alle anderen Marken.
Ja, das war jetzt die Vorstellung im Schnelldurchlauf. Ausführliche Infos zu Mimobile finden Sie in unserem Kick-Off-Video 2024. Link dazu unten in der Beschreibung.